All right, what's going on, everybody? Ryan Ogren here with MoneyMake Marketing, and today we're going to be going through LinkedIn Sales Navigator. I'm going to be walking you through some of our list building strategies. I'm not going to reveal all of them because this is obviously free on YouTube, but I'll show you guys some of the things that you can implement immediately. It's going to be very beneficial to your LinkedIn outreach campaigns. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into it. For those that don't know us, we're MoneyMake Marketing. I'm Ryan Ogren. I'm the founder, and we specialize in B2B outreach with LinkedIn outreach specifically. We also do cold email, but LinkedIn is our bread and butter. We've booked meetings with most of the Fortune 500. I can even put screenshots. We actually have it on our proof page. I'll put our proof page in the description. You can just go through everything. You can see our full strategy there, or you can make sure you like and subscribe, or go to our website, apply to work with us. Not saying we're gonna actually take you on as a client, but we'll definitely review the application. The reason we're like kind of a big deal is because we've been able to close multiple six-figure deals through LinkedIn outreach, even did a seven-figure deal. And then this year we have a client that just closed, they're 2 months into this, an eight-figure deal. They have 7 figures coming in every month from the deal that we generated through LinkedIn outreach for the next 15 months. So pretty substantial stuff. And obviously the industry and the deal structure and all this stuff matters, but I'm just gonna be walking you through how we do it on LinkedIn Sales Navigator to attack it, okay? Without further ado, let's get into it. So LinkedIn Sales Navigator, obviously you guys know it's a list building tool for LinkedIn, and pretty much the things that you really need to know about it. If we just go back to the homepage, the way you get to it, you just click on lead filter. I'll talk about account filters here in a second, but then your messaging is actually here. But this isn't gonna be a tutorial on what Sales Navigator is. It's gonna be how to build a freaking good list in LinkedIn, in LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So we usually will start in the lead section, all right? When we go into account section, it's typically if you don't have a total addressable market. So very first thing that we start with is how big is the total addressable market, okay? And the reason we ask this question, the target market, whoever we're going after, the reason we ask this question is because if we can, and we can just ask ChatGPT or Manus is what we like to use, just to list out all the company names of the target market that's going to be perfect for X, Y, or Z, whatever we're going after, we'll just spend the time to input all of those companies here. And then you have a clean list of all the companies, and you can enter in as many as you actually want into this company section. Okay. So if your total addressable market is big, like let's say you're going after it's not feasible for you to actually go and just list out every single company, then we're going to go through some other list building strategies. But if you can do this, I would just do this. List out your companies and then make sure your job titles are squared away and make sure your geography is squared away. And that's pretty much it. This is the next strategy. Okay. In the lead filter section, if let's say you have only 2,000 or 3,000 in your total addressable market, what you should do is you see how it says account lists here. You can actually build an account list, and your companies in that account list will then show up here, and it'll be custom fit to what you want. So you can build that account list. So you would come over here and you would just you would do an industry, or you could do an actual keyword search up here. You could do a million different things. And I like to use Boolean searches up here, but just an example to bring this home. Like let's say you want to target dentist. So this keyword you can see here, it's just showing up dentist, right? And obviously you have to look at these, but you would then go and pick this guy, and then let's say you wanted to go with this guy, and then you would see that I have those two selected, save to list, then you create a new list, and you can see my list. And so then when you have that list that's created, it'll actually show up when you come over here to the lead filter, you click on account filters, account list, you plug it in there. So if you have 2,000-ish, you can do 1,000 leads in each account list. So 1,000 accounts in each account list. So you can actually have up to 10,000 accounts with a Sales Navigator license. So you can do that up to 10,000. No one's stopping you. You could just straight up come on over here. If I just do the dentist thing again, and then you'll be able to select all, save the list, select all, save the list. And you just keep doing that. And you have to scroll down and then click next. And you got to do that up to 1,000 and then start a new list. So it does take some time, but it's not that much time. I've actually done this quite a lot. So if your lead list, if the companies that you really want to target, if they're probably under 5,000 of them, I would say do that strategy. So if it's below below maybe 100 companies, just list out the companies. That's how we close that 8-figure deal, is we just listed out the companies. If it's below 5,000 companies, just do the account list strategy. You will have AI list out all the companies for you. Then go through and pick them, handpick them, put them into account lists, then upload your account list, put your job titles in, and you are good to. Now, if it's more than that, let's say it's like 5,000 companies or something like that. If that's the case, then or let's say it's 5,000 plus. If that's the case, then these are some strategies that we can actually use for that. Okay. So we're in the lead section. We're not going to mess around with the account section if it's like a big total addressable market. The things you really got to think about is you have your keyword search bar up here. Okay. You have your current company bar right here. You have company headquarters location sometimes. I never touch function. You have your current job title here. It's a big one. I never really touch seniority level. Never touch past job title, really never touch years in company, never touch years in current position. Geography, I usually am obviously marketing in the United States, so I click on that, put that in. Industry, sometimes, okay? I've actually kind of gotten away from this because their industry filters are kind of up. And then, all of this stuff, following your company's okay. Connection, we sometimes will set to rescrape things, so we'll do like second and third degree connections because then when our scraper like reloads this, it'll actually reload that it's second and third connection. So everyone that we already connected to, it'll take out, and then you can actually have interacted with, and you could say message, and you can exclude that. So everyone that you message or viewed their profile, you can take them out. So that's pretty interesting. So let's go through our strategy. So the very first thing that I do, I actually will go through if you're targeting if we just take the dentist example, like you're trying to target dentists, a lot of people don't understand this. You can do a Boolean search in the actual current company filter field. So if I just wanted to have companies that had the keyword dentist in it, watch this. This lady didn't have a name on it. Cosmetic Dentist Division, that's his company. Premier Dentist Partners, owner Dentist Smile Recreation, the Dentist Entrepreneur Organization, Henry the Dentist, right? So this right here, if they have like a identifier in their company name, this is where you would use it. That's how you would kind of tackle those. This is fantastic. When I found this out, I was like jumping for joy around my place here. I was like, what? And we were just like running through and doing this for all of our clients. So I would just keep this in mind. A lot of people don't know that you can use a Boolean on that. Now, if your target market doesn't have a keyword that every single one of them uses in their company name, then just skip that. Company headcount's good. Obviously you want to keep this in mind. It just depends on the situation. Sometimes I'll use that, but then we would just skip down to current job title. So this is where we'll use a lot of Boolean searches. So let's say we want to target like the marketing, and we're not quite sure if, let's say we want to target the marketing director at eBay's right here. Okay. So we don't know how they actually list their job title. Most people just do marketing director and they click include, and that's how they hope to get it. And it's okay, but you miss people that don't classify themselves like this. So what we do is we'll break it down into a Boolean search. So we'll do marketing, quotation, and then that means their job title has to have marketing in it and then director. Boom. And so you could see it actually pulls more from the list. So now senior director, marketing technology, there's the same lady, global ads marketing director, head of performance marketing. So you can see if you just do it the old way, you're just limiting yourself exponentially. Marketing director, eBay, seller marketing, store merchant. So then it pulls in some other things and we just got to adjust it. Power seller, logistics executive. So we should take out a few of these things, and we would adjust this Boolean, and we would just do it like we would change it to, let me just copy this, and we would do not power, what's this guy's job title? Power seller, not power seller. Let's see, that guy's gonna be gone. Yep, see, he would have came up right here. So that's how we use a Boolean in a job title. So I would recommend you guys do that. Now, secrets to the Boolean search. Okay, and you want to upload this into your chat GPT or your AI or LL. You want to do the first, like the actual seniority level keywords. I'll just do seniority level keyword, and then you want to do or seniority level keyword 2, and then you can keep going. You can do or again, or seniority level keyword 3, and then you would do the actual function keyword 1 or function keyword 2, and so on, right? So now, like an example of this is like, let's say we're going after marketing again. So we want the head of marketing, the VP of marketing, the chief marketing officer, and then we want the director of marketing, right? So we would have head, executive, director, VP, marketing. Okay. That's how you use these things. And you want to use quotations when it's like kind of like the parentheticals, the parentheses, not parentheticals. The parentheses are the things that it says, do this math problem first and then go to that, right? So it's the same thing here. When you do that, that gives you like a very clean search. Now, if you want to get very advanced, what we'll do is we'll do that exact thing. So let's do director and marketing. Okay. So now we have a director in marketing. So what we'll actually do, I'll look at this and I'll see, okay, product, technology, fashion. Okay. So now I don't want any of those keywords in the job title. So I'll do product or technology or fashion. And I'll just submit this. And then what I do is I just turn it off. And that cleans this puppy up. And you just keep doing this. You just keep scrolling through here. Okay, let's say you don't want performance. Now we need tech. And then we would remove seller. And you would just keep doing that and you would turn it off. So you can use Booleans to turn them on. You can use Booleans to turn them off. So this is how you build a very targeted list through LinkedIn Sales Navigator. And now, with AI, what I like to do actually is we'll be building a list and then I'll copy and this. I'll just copy and paste it into ChatGPT and I'll say, how's this list with this Boolean? What adjustments need to be made? And it usually will give you something and it needs a little bit more of a tweak to it because they try and go overboard. If you want a prompt, you can just comment below and we'll give you the prompt that you need for that. So now you have your company, you have your job titles. You also, if you don't have a company, like let's just say you don't have a company and you just have your job titles there. Now let's figure out how to get the industry, okay? So LinkedIn obviously has industries here. And so if you're not using the account filter section, if you're not using the company, listing out the company strategy, you can look through here and it can give you the industry, but usually this is wrong. Usually the industries, like for law practice, you definitely should, because if you're targeting lawyers, like definitely use stuff like this. But if it's not overtly obvious, then like law practices, you can usually target them with a company name Boolean. But industry search, just use with caution, all right? But what we'll do to actually get the industry is we'll go up here to the keywords. Okay. So now we're doing a Boolean search up here. And so the keyword that what you're searching for, let's just go to this guy's profile. Can I switch pages? Here we go. What these keywords are searching is so all these words, it's going through everything like down here on I don't think it's going through his posts, but it's going through Sam's experience here. So it pulls all of these. Okay. So we want to be careful with these keywords, but you want to just think through, and this is really good for AI. It's like, what keywords can we use to target? So this is actually legit like keyword search that we did the other day. And so this is one we're targeting retail brands, like retail software brands. So you can see here, I'm looking for retail, e-commerce, or restaurant, and you can see I'm looking for software or a platform. So they have to have these keywords and one of these keywords and one of these keywords in the actual like their LinkedIn profile for them to show up. And so you can see here, this guy, and I have the actual job titles here, you have president and then you have Rain Retail Software. So it's totally perfect when you actually get this dialed in. And same thing, take the same strategy here. As soon as you start to see companies that you don't like, add them to a not. So you would just come over here and you would say, what keywords do they have that I do not want? And then you would just start adding to it. And then slowly but surely, you will have a very clean targeted list in LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So those are 3 strategies that'll be very good for you guys. I'm trying to think if there's one more, but those are it. I mean, if you do those 3, you guys will be very, very good. So I have like 3 or 4 more that are very targeted and they're a little different when we use our lead list and stuff like that. But let me save that for another video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions, like, comment, subscribe. And once again, I'm Ryan Ogren with MoneyMake Marketing. I hope this is helpful. All right, see ya.